For today, as I discussed last week, we're gonna have the training for the project module. The project module basically, a student, they have to check the data be given to them through the test project. They have to calculate and define the components that will be used in the project. So I'm sharing with you the page of the test project regarding the uh, consumption of the installation. So this table will not change. I will keep the same table for them in the competition day. Basically, they were required to define the system capacity of, to calculate the capacity of the system, uh, to define the solar panel sizing and the amount, to select the off-grid inverter, and define the system autonomy with the batteries. Here we have a table that they have to fill in with the solar panel power, the code of the solar panel, the number of panels, type of panel connection if it's serial or parallel, the inverter's power, the battery voltage, battery capacity, the diff of discharge of the battery, and number of the batteries. Basically, this data, we need them. We have two parts in this project, the calculation and the definition of the data, of the components. I will share with you the, yes, I created this Excel sheet just to make easier your life as expert for you be able to check with them and calculate with them, show them step by step. In the competition, they cannot use this. They will do it with their hands. I'll give them pencil, calculator they have to bring, and then they will calculate it in the paper. This is just to guide you and facilitate your life, changing the values for the practice during the training. Just 1 second, let me find a file here. Okay. Uh, First of all, we'll be giving them this table so they will have this information with them. The first step is to find the average energy consumption per month according to the table. This table, we have here the consumption for each month. And in the end, they have to calculate the average. Sum of all of these values over 12, for they have the average per month. After they have it, this is the first and most important information to start. If they calculate it wrong, the rest of the project will be wrong. By the way, they must keep the calculation in the paper. If they just give the table filled in with the information, but with no calculation, they will not be graded. They will get 0. Because as the table will not be changed, maybe they can remind the numbers. But if they don't show the calculation itself, the numbers, the table fill-in will be ignored. Here, we have the next step. We have the consumption per month, the average. The second thing to do is to find the average per day. We consider 30 days in a month to calculate, so just divide it by 30. Here, it's important information, the irradiation. As you know, the irradiation is something very important to calculate the capacity of the system. That's why in the last sheet we have here, I led to you a map with the irradiation for UAE. The last one we have available, it was from 1999 to 2018. It's average data, so they have to consider it in their calculation. For example, in case of Abu Dhabi, it's around 6. That's why here in the table, I considered 6. You see that for other places, other Emirates, other areas, the value is different. They have to read and define the irradiation by themselves. By the way, this is the only thing that will change because the location will be according to each emirate. Let's say, for example, that the challenge will be in Dubai. The value for Dubai is different of the value from Abu Dhabi. If it's Al Ain, will be different as well. So the irradiation will be according to the emirate that the skill challenge is happening. After that, they have to define the efficiency of the system. We can keep it around 80%, 90%. It's not a fixed value. I'm considering one average value based on the projects I've done and I've working with. This can change if the competitor consider that the efficiency is different. But again, the calculation must be according to the efficiency that they define for the system. The next step is calculate the power necessary for the system. Basically, it's energy over irradiation times efficiency times 30. And then we'll get the power here. In this example was 3.77 kilowatts. After calculated, we have to go to the next step. We have to define the power of the solar panels. The power of the solar panels are here in the data sheet I provide in the test project. Basically, I gave them 6 options. They have to choose one of them based on the power, based on the voltage, on the current, and so on. This they have to define. I will not ask them for a kind. For example, it's not mandatory to use 350 or 325, but they have to consider it in their calculation. I have to see the steps that they took to define that solar panel. Let's say, for example, that they choose 335. So for you, 335 to make it your life easier. It means that the quantity of solar panel will be the total power over the power of one solar panel. So in this case, 11.2, it's impossible. It means that for this case, we're going to use 12 solar panels to get this power in the system. This power in the system will be enough to calculate, to have actually, the consumption per month as they requested in the beginning. For calculating the minimum and maximum power of our off-grid inverter, we're going to consider 20% plus and less. It means that if this is our power, the minimum power for our inverter is this value minus 20%, or this value plus 20%. Knowing that, I already know that I need 12 solar panels. My inverter must be between these two values. Again, we return to our test project, and we have here the data sheet for the inverter. Here we have the models for the inverters, the power of each one, the efficiency of each one, the voltage that they have to work with, the current, and so on. The competitor must define the model according to the calculation. Again, there's no right or wrong answer. It will depend on the solar panel system that the competitor will define. For the example we did here using 335 watts, minimum 3, maximum 4.5. So when I come here to the project, I just can choose the first and the second model because this one is more than 4.5 kilowatts, and this is the smaller one we have available. So they can choose this one and this one. And then they have to check the other data they have. Now, I defined how many panels I should have. I defined the model of the panels. I decided the model of the inverter I will use. Something that's required for them is if the connection is in series or parallel. It will change according to the voltage and current they define for the solar panel. Again, there's no right answer. It depends on the models they used. And the last stage, they have to calculate the battery to be used. I defined for them to supply in an off-grid connection the system at least per 3 days. So the calculation will depend of consumption per day. Here, we have the consumptions times the number of days. So for 3 days, the consumption will be 54 kilowatts hour. Here is the depth of discharge of the battery. This value, again, they can come here through the data sheet of the battery and they can find it here. It's here available to them, for them. They have to find this value here in the data sheet and fill in the table on, on, on the paper. They have to calculate it. For you to make it easier and faster during the training, you can just do it through the table to support you and make your life easier. This information for this datasheet available, for example, is here. 75%. So 75%, you have to check the number 5 here when you are specifying your things. For example, here. So you come here to the table, choose it 75 to make your life easier. We are going to have here, so this is the consumption during the days, considering the depth of discharge of our batteries. And here we have to define the battery. What's the battery voltage? We come here to the table, we have 12.8 and 25.6. The competitor must decide it. And here is the capacity of battery. So the competitor will decide if the competitor will use 102 ampere hours, 204 ampere hours. Just these two capacity are left available for them for not confusing them. After choosing the voltage and the capacity of battery, they will calculate how to calculate it. We have the energy consumption per 3 days over the voltage of the battery times 1000, and then we're going to have the battery total capacity. For this system, for example, is 2,832 ampere hour to keep the off-grid system supplied for 3 days, considering this consumption here. And in the end, the number of batteries. If each battery is 204, is just to take the total amount over the capacity of each battery, you have the number of batteries. In this case, as we have 13.88, the number of batteries will be 14. Basically, is this that they have to fill in here in the table. So the solar panel, in this case, we consider 335, the power. How many units? We found 12. So we are expecting from them 12 units. The connection, let's say that I will consider series after to analyze the data. You have to analyze all the data from the data sheet. The power of our inverter power. In our case here, we can use both. Either this model or this model. Let's say that we're going to consider this one. 450,000 watts peak. So 400, in this case will be 4.5. That's it. The battery voltage we decided was 25.6. The capacity was 204. It's here. The depth of the discharge of our battery is 75%. And the number of batteries is 14 batteries. Here we need the code for the solar panel. For example, the model I choose here, 335. The model is CS3L335P. So it here and here. So the model will be CL3L335P. This is the model I'm expecting to have here. Perfect. Very good. The inverter power we're going to select here. We go down to inverter selected. I choose this one. So the code of the inverter power is SUN 2000. That's 2K TL1. And the battery, the last one, the battery we choose here was 200. 4 ampere hours, 2.5.6. It means that the model of the battery will be BTR-B 25.6 volts, 2000 AH. This is one of the solutions based on the calculation I did here in this table to you. Again, the competitors will not use the Excel sheet. They must do it with pencil in a paper using calculator. I created this Excel sheet just to guide you and make your life as expert easier to create more than one way to calculate for the competitors. You can change here. Everything that is in green, you can change. So you can change the consumption. You can change the irradiation, as I told you, is according to the place that will happen the skill challenge. You have to check in the map. The efficiency of the system. You can change the solar panel power. You can change the amount of day, the depth of discharge of the battery. You can check the voltage of the battery and the capacity of the battery. Everything that is in green here, you can edit. For the others, I blocked just for you get the data. And I let here the calculation, how it was done to make easier for you explain your competitors how to do it. If they follow step by step, exactly in the order I did here, they will get all the data in the end and they will fill in the table according that was requested. I talked too much. Questions? Feel free.
Good morning. Sorry.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay. Would you please, Mr. William, just the Excel sheet, will you post it to us or can we take a screenshot in order to be like hinting what we shall do later on?
You mean I share step by step?
No, no, not step by step. Your Excel sheets, the Excel
Uh-huh.
sheets to know how to fill inside. We got the idea, but for some definitions, I didn't figure out everything.
Okay. This
So by
value are the values that will be used in the competition.
Hmm,
Okay. If you wish
that's
to train your competitor just doing with these values, you can. For example,
mhm.
consumption does not need to change because the table will not change. This value will not change. So you can keep it exactly as it is.
Hmm.
Here is the difference. For example, when you do the calculation for the power of the system, you depend on the efficiency and the irradiation. These two values will change. The first one will change. Irradiation will change according to the M rate that the skill challenge will happen. You have to check this here in our map. This map has the information. In my case, for example, I am in Abu Dhabi. That's why I consider 6, because according to the color here is 6. Let's say, for example, that we're going to do it in Sharjah. In Sharjah, the value will be 5.8, because here you can see it's a yellow, not orange. So this is one value that you have to change according to the place you are in. The second one is the efficiency. The efficiency, I will not define one efficiency. I think in the test project, it was not defined. Let me check. Yeah, I didn't define the efficiency in the test project. So the competitor can choose it based on your experience. The value of the efficiency of the system, it depends on you, because we know that we can work with different components. We have different installations, so it can change. You and your competitor have to define what is the efficiency of your system. You can base the efficiency in the datasheets I shared with you. You have to consider all the losses that we have in the system. Another thing that you have to change is the power of the solar panels. Here. To change it, you have to come here in the table and check in the datasheet. Here are the values we have available. We have from 325 until 350. This is up to you. You can use what you think that is the best option for this installation. We can have many different answers. That's it for this page. And for the last one, in the test project, I already informed you that for choosing the battery, you have to consider 3 days. So the number 3, you don't have to change, because in the competition, this value will not change. But the depth of discharge of your battery, this can change. It will depend on the reading of the datasheet of the components, because we have different depth of discharge here. Actually, in the datasheet I shared with you is just 75%. You can consider 75%. Don't need to change it. You can keep it. Here, the voltage of the battery, we have 2 options. We have 2 options. The first one is 12.8. We have 2 models with this voltage, and 25.6, 2 options. So here, either will be 12.8 or 25.6. And the capacity of the system is 204 ampere hours. We have another option that is 102 ampere hours. You, during the training, have to define and explain your competitor how you use it. I will not define it. You have to define it, because both of them can be used. It will be based on your calculation.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm talking about the Excel sheet itself. The Excel sheet itself.
Yeah,
Because
because
it's
the
clear.
Excel sheet, yeah, the Excel sheet is just to you. By the way, I don't advise you to give this Excel sheet for your competitor, because in the competition they cannot use.
Sure, sure, sure.
This is just for you.
That's right.
Okay. Okay, good. Any question, please?
William,
Hi.
I have one question. Sorry, can I just raise my question? When you do calculation for number of panels and number of battery, do you always have to round it up? For example, if you have number of panels 0.1, you always take the next whole number?
Yes, because we are talking about solar panels. It's impossible to have a half of piece of
No,
solar
what I
panel.
mean to say is that if you have 11.2, you take 12 or you can take 11.
Imagine, we have this as our power necessary, right? Here.
Mhm.
If we use less, we will not reach this amount. So must be more.
Always, right? Round it up. Then.
Yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. Okay.
All right. Yeah, the same thing goes for the battery also.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, William. One question, please. When are we expected to receive the training set that we were promised? The one set you promised us.
Yeah, I didn't receive it yet. I'm waiting for the delivery company delivered here. All the material is here. We are missing just the solar panel kit. I think this week, next week, they will bring it. Now they returned from the word skills, I mean the management. This week I think will be easier for we manage it. I will send them a reminder today because I already sent it during the week, but I'll do it today again. And we're gonna receive it next week. I hope. But I can't promise
Mr.
you.
William,
Again,
I don't think so. We have enough time to train the student.
yeah, I understand, but what can I do? I didn't receive the material. If I don't receive, we can do the competition as well.
One more thing, Mr. William, please. It's regarding the number of seats for each category. For example, for the renewable energy, we're
Hmm.
expected to host two external competitors
Yeah.
from universities, I believe.
Yes.
So we need to know if we do have someone registered for this. I'm not sure what's the protocol in case no one is registered. Do we have to cover the number from our side, or we just we're just stick with the number that was given to our school? This needs clarification as well.
Yeah. Regarding this, you have to check with Random because the contact with the schools, the amount of competitors, the place where the competition happens, it's related to Random. He's preparing the infrastructure. Uh, I mean, all the organization part is with Random. We are just responsible for technical parts to prepare the test project, train you, conduct the competition, and make the assessment. So please, I already shared with you the Random's email. You can check with him.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? You're welcome.
William, one more question. Can we download this video that you're recording? Because I tried to download the part one.
No, I think it's just online. I will check if I can change this, but I have to
Because
check in the system.
we want to share it with our students also, so that they can have a look at it.
Okay, okay. I will try to make it and open it for you download. I think
Yeah,
we have
please.
this option.
Okay, thanks.
Mr. William, another
Yeah.
question, please. I have emailed you before like 2 days. Shall we order the material or you will support us for the whole school or specific school? You
Okay,
asked me to
guys.
ask you in this session. You
Yes,
asked
yes,
me
yes.
to ask you again.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Regarding the communication, please, we would hardly advise. We cannot answer calls. We cannot answer questions in a private message. We cannot answer private emails. All the information must be shared in the group. All of them should be fair for everybody. So please, all the questions that you have, send it in the WhatsApp group, and then I will answer there. If you send it through the group in Teams, I will answer that. But private messages, we were advised for not to answer you. Just redirect the answer through the group. That's why some of you, I'm going to the group and hear about the information all of you are receiving, and we stay in the same level. Regarding the material, some materials that you have in your school, for example, for the project and the drawing, we don't need material. You can do it just using paper, pencils, and etc. and calculate. Just for the wiring, you need the material. I requested it 2 weeks ago before our first meeting happened. They approved, they raised the PO, they bought it, and now we are waiting the last part that are the solar kits. But the solar kits, they took more time because they bought it in China. So it was expected to come this week. Maybe something happened, it delayed. They will reach here, UAE, most probably next week. Next week, I will arrange one kit per school that the skill challenge will happen. I will try my best to send to you next week this kit. I cannot promise you because, again, it doesn't depend on me. My part is done. By the way, the material is already prepared here, the one I received. I'm just missing the solar kits. When I receive it, I'll send 6 kits. One will stay here at the poly because the selection will be here. I will send 6 kits for each place that the skill challenge will happen. One for each place. Not for all schools, just for the school that the skill challenge will happen. If your school is not in the place where the competition will take place, you have to provide it by yourself or go to the school and train inside the school. I tried my best because at the beginning they even would distribute these kits around the country. But I asked them, as it's the first time the competition will happen. This category is brand new, even in word skills. The edition now in Lyon was the second time it happened there. So everything is new. I understand that we have a short time to prepare, so that's why I requested them. I send at least one per each place the competition will happen. But we can't send for all schools because we have many schools around the country. Did I answer your question?
Yes, thank you. But
problem.
I have to know if my school is within the competition places or not. I have to ask for this.
Yeah, who has this information is your line manager. All line managers for all schools already received one email with the place, time. They have a timetable. They have a material list. They already have everything. You have to check with the line manager of your school.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, please.
Yes, I have a question here. Here in Al Aqabia, we are going to, we're one of the schools that will host the skill challenge. So we need to prepare for this. I want to ask, I looked today on the infrastructure, and I can see that there are wires and cables. Are you going to bring these, or we have to prepare them?
I will try to bring it, but to be honest, I have to check because they are moving here the skill park to the Adipolis building. And I don't know where exactly the wires we prepared are. If you have in your campus, would be great to use them, at least to have them as a second options if I not be able to bring it. But in the end, we're not gonna use too much because most part of the wires already come with the kit.
Okay, what about here? When I see the description, you need all the colors, the brown, blue, green, gray, black.
Yeah, I think in the end, we're not gonna use all of them. What I need, brown, blue, and green, yellow. These are the most important for the AC connection because the DC connection it already have in the kit.
Okay. And
Okay.
what about the ferrules?
The ferrules, yeah, the
Yeah.
ferrules as well. I will try to provide here, but
Yeah.
again, I don't know where the material is. I'm trying to looking
So
for.
because it's not part of the infrastructure list here, so can you provide the specifications? What kind?
Oh yeah, I can. It's not there.
No, it's not part actually. And
Okay.
since we are using, since we're, I can see in the infrastructure list here, are the students going to use the crimping pliers for tubular and ring terminals, both of them?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
So you
I
need
will.
ferrules, both of them, ring
Yes.
terminals and the tubular.
Perfect.
So just
Perfect. I will update it.
please send us the specifications. I mean, how much the diameter?
Okay. I'll do it. I will
Okay.
update it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Someone has any question? Please, now it's the time.
Okay, just wanted a confirmation that the consumption monthly will not be changed. It's the same, yeah?
Yes, I'll keep the same.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll keep exactly the same values we have in the test project. This document, by the way, I sent to you, the test project, I will not change it. I will just, if necessary, change minor mistakes, typing mistakes, but the data I will not change. So the values we're going to use in the competition will be the same we have here. This value. Okay. More questions?
Okay, William, the costing, the cost per kilowatt hour total cost is just for information, right? We won't be
Yeah,
using.
just for information.
Okay.
Because for what I thought when I created this table, we're gonna use in the Emirate skills something similar. And in the Emirate skills, I will ask for the cost. I will ask more things. So I created one Excel sheet that you can keep using for the training to the Merit skills.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, well. More questions? I will share with you the password for the table. I just block it for make it your life easier for you to suffer if change a data or something like this. But I will share with you the password. It's 1234, just to keep it blocked. I will share the Excel sheet with the password. If you wish, you can unblock it, make the change according your necessity, and use it. I did it just to let your life easier. It's for you. It's not for the competitors.
Thank
William,
you.
just one question, William.
Yeah, let's go.
The irradiation factor, does it indicate the extra amount of energy produced by the panels, right? The multiple of extra energy. So we have to divide that factor. That is why we are dividing that irradiation factor from the total energy.
Yes, this irradiation, what's the irradiation? It's the average time that you have at that place with, let's say, with sun that you can generate. That's why it's kilowatt hours. It means energy
And
per meter square. So this data is important for we understand how many, let's say, power the solar can create in that area. That's why for each place it changes. It depends on the geography of the place. It depends on the weather, the humidity. Many things are considered to have this value. That's why we have to use the table, because it's not easy to define. You have to get data from many years, and then you see the average.
okay.
Okay. And this is the most updated that we have here in UAE. I couldn't find that since I started the process with working with renewable energy here in UAE. The most updated data that we have is from 2018. Next week, our last session of training will be regarding the wiring. I hope to receive the material maybe Monday or Tuesday, and then I will assembling the station. I will record making the wiring, and I will share with you this video. Please, I'll ask you that you watch the video, and the meeting will be to discuss questions that you have according to the process I did. I think in this way it will be easier than I do it with you. Otherwise, it will take a long time to make the connections. It will be a wasting time. It's better share a video for you. You watch this video, you write your questions, and in the meeting next Friday, we discuss about these questions. Again, if I don't receive the material, I have to postpone it for the next week. Do you have any more questions? Okay, if you don't have questions, thank you very much for being once again to make questions. I hope soon we finish this step. I hope that you are already preparing your competitors. Now you can prepare them through the project module as well. And again, don't hesitate to send me message through our group on WhatsApp or in our group in the Outlook. I will answer you as soon as possible. That's it. If you don't have any question, I wish that you have a nice weekend. Enjoy it. And I'm here available for you anytime.
Okay. Thank you, William. Please enable the download also, please. Thank you so much.
I will do it when I finish here the meeting.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you very
William.
much. Thank
Waiting
you.
for the video. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.